Hey folks, Sheila here from Design Files. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the project discussion panel within your Design Files account. Now, if you haven't been using the project discussion panel, this is definitely a feature that you want to start implementing and using within your workflow because it basically provides you with one solid location where you can track all the communication between you and your client and your team members throughout the entire project. And what's really nice about this is that it's basically giving you that full history of all the communication and everything is in chronological order. So it's going to be really easy for you to see where you last left off with your client versus having all of your communication fragmented through voicemail and text messages and emails, and it's just all over the place and it's hard to keep track of. So in this video, I thought I would basically just kind of walk through all the different ways that you can use this discussion panel throughout your project and how you can communicate with both clients and team members. Now, first things first, when you first log into your Design Files account, anytime you click into any of your projects, so let's go ahead and we'll click into this project right here, each project will have its own discussion panel. So if I open up this one, it's in the bottom right-hand corner, you just click on it to expand it. It's going to show you all the communication that's happened throughout this project. And what's nice about it is that you can see the whole project communication, or you could narrow down to just comments that are tied to a specific design board and even narrow down further to comments that are tied to a specific product. The discussion panel is also available on all the pages within your project. So let's say that you haven't even sent any design boards or anything at all out to your client. The only thing you sent to them was a questionnaire, and you saw that they completed the questionnaire, they filled it in, and you came in to review it and you noticed that they missed questions 6 and 12. So with your discussion panel, you can just leave a message for your client and say, hey Janet, I noticed that you missed questions 6 and 12. Can you go ahead and update the questionnaire and submit it back to us just so we have all the information we need to move forward? And then you can send your message. Or perhaps you were taking a look at all the tasks that you had added for this project and you noticed that there was a couple in the in progress column that were past due. So at that point, you could actually pop open your discussion panel, switch over to your team section over here, and you could leave a message for a team member like, hey Allison, I noticed that there's a couple of tasks within the in progress that are past due. Can you go ahead and jump in and take care of those today? And then you could send that message out. Another case could be maybe you were browsing through your invoices within your project and you noticed that one of them was past due. So if you wanted to, you can pop into your invoices, go to the button with the 3 dots right here. You're going to see that there's an option to grab a share link. So I'm going to click on that and just copy this link. And now that I've got the link for that invoice, I can open up my discussion panel and I can leave a message for my client and just say, hey Janet, I realized that this invoice is past due. Can you go ahead and make the payment at your earliest convenience? And then you can paste in the actual link for this particular invoice. You can link it up and then send your message. And that way, when you do that, your client's going to receive this message and they can just click on that link and immediately go ahead and pay for that invoice. Now, let's jump over to other places where you can actually use the discussion panel. So let's say that you want to have a chat with your client about this particular design board. Maybe you've created your design, you've submitted it to them, and you allowed them to come in and leave feedback for you. So let's go ahead and we'll view this design. Now you'll notice that when I jump into an actual design board, my project discussion panel is going to have a blue band across the top here, and it's actually asking me if I want to just see the comments or the discussion that is tied to this design board. So if I wanted to narrow down, I can just click this link right here and it'll it's just going to jump me into a new thread that basically only shows me any comments that are tied to this specific design. So it's really easy for me to dive in and just see comments that are for a specific design board, or I can back out of it and I can see comments that are tied to the overall project. But let's go ahead and we'll jump into this design board right here. And if I scroll down here and I notice that my client maybe left some feedback on a particular product, so I can see there's 2 comments on this coffee table here. If I click into this, it's actually going to dive in deeper and it's going to show me the conversation that's happened around this particular product. So I can click on any of the items within this product list, and if I wanted to leave feedback for my client, it's basically just going to pop open this panel where I can leave my feedback here. And if my client came in to review anything and they clicked on any of these chat icons, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to open up that very specific thread where they can leave a comment tied to this specific product. And then both designer and client can come in and narrow down to see comments that are tied to specific products. They can zoom out and see all of the communication for this particular board. And you can zoom out again and see all the communication that's tied to the overall project. So it's very easy to navigate, but it still gives you all of your communication consolidated within one space. Now, the other thing that's cool about this discussion panel is that you could actually use it to do a live chat with your client as well. You could say to your client, you know, hey Janet, I'm going to be in the system on Thursday at noon, and if you want to pop on at the same time, then we can just hash out a number of the outstanding items that we have to address in order to move the project forward. And then the two of you could literally just chat back and forth and post your messages and just kind of take care of a number of things all at once. And if you're worried about, you know, all of those messages sending like a million email notifications to your inbox and just spamming your inbox and spamming your client's inbox, you don't have to worry about that either. Because with this discussion panel, we've basically set it up to be time-based notifications. So what do I mean by that? Well, essentially, it's working on a 10-minute time frame. So if you and your client hammered out 25, 30 messages within 10 minutes, you're only going to receive one email notification. And then when you click on that email notification, it will take you into the discussion thread right to that point where you were having your discussion so that you can see all of the communication back and forth. And your client will get the same email notification and they'll be able to come in and just have that record where they can see what was actually discussed. So yeah, there you have it. I mean, it's really simple. It's easy to use. It's going to consolidate all your communication. You can break it down and send comments directly to your client. You can send private notes to your team members that your client won't have access to. And it basically allows you to just go through any pages of your project and immediately see what tasks are still needing to be taken care of, what invoices are outstanding, what you still need from your client, and you can send messages directly to the appropriate person so that you can move this project forward faster. And of course, if you have any questions at all about how to use this discussion panel, then feel free to reach out to us on the live chat. We are more than happy to help. Thanks for watching.